Last video got cut off, so I'm just going to continue from where we left off. To get rid of the negative, we have negative 3 times x. The opposite of multiplying by negative 3 is dividing by negative 3. So I divided both sides by negative 3. 60 divided by negative 3 is negative 20. Negative 3 divided by negative 3 is negative 1, so I have 1x equals negative 20. Then I would go into step 5, but I don't have any exponents, and the x is by itself, so I know I'm finished. Okay, for our next example, let's do example 2. I'm going to do it over here. 4 times 1 minus x plus 3x equals 10. So the first thing I always do is change the sign in the one behind. And then I would go to step 1, which is to distribute. So I'll distribute this 4 to these two terms. So I have 4 times 1 plus 4 times negative x plus 3x equals 10. And then I will simplify. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times negative x is negative 4x plus 3x equals 10. And then I go into step 2, combine like terms. These two are like terms. The like terms have to be on the same side of the equal sign for me to combine them. So I can add the negative 4x plus 3x. Negative 4 plus 3 is negative 1. So I have 4 plus negative 1x equals 10. Now I'm on step 3, undo addition and subtraction. So I want to get rid of this 4, so I'll subtract 4 from both sides. So I have negative 1x equals 6. And then how do I get the x by itself? I have to undo multiplication. Step 4. So I'll divide by negative 1. That becomes positive 1x equals negative 6. And then I would do step 5, which is undo exponents, but I don't have any exponents in this problem. Remember, we can always check our work by plugging negative 6 back in here for x. Okay, let's go on and do another example. For example 3, I'm going to do 3 times 5x squared plus 6 equals negative 387. So I'm going to start by first drawing my line down the equal sign, and then I can't change the sign in the one behind because I don't have subtraction, so I'll do step 1, which is to distribute. So I have 3 times 5x squared plus 3 times 6 equals negative 387. And then I'll simplify. 3 times 5x squared is 15x squared. 3 times 6 is 18. And then I go on to step 2, which is combine like terms. These two are not like terms, though, because they don't have the same variables with the same power. So I'll go on to step 3, which is undo addition. I have a plus 18, so I'll subtract 18. Here we have to be very careful. This means negative 387 minus 18, which will give me negative 405. This becomes 0, but I still have a 15x squared over here. Now I do step 4, undo multiplication and division. We're multiplying by 15 here, so I want to divide by 15. So I have x squared equals negative 405 divided by 15 is negative 27. And actually, I'm going to change something because this was supposed to be a cubed, and the whole problem will work out much nicer if I change everything to be cubed. So, sorry, go back and change that to being x cubed. And then let's change all those to 3's. Sorry, this should have been x cubed. That will make it much nicer because now when we're on step 5, undo exponents, the opposite of cubing would be taking the cube root. When I take the cube root of both sides, if I did the square root, I would get no real solution because it's a negative. But if I do the cube root, I will get x equals negative 3 because negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3 is negative 27.